Welcome to First Nature Backland. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell. This channel is new, so I'm trying to find, my niche and thing. There's a lot of firearm content on YouTube, so I don't want to be presenting things that you can get from other channels that present it better. But I do enjoy the sport of shooting. I do enjoy hunting. So if you want to see more content of that, just let me know. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming to First Nature Backland. So the other day, I shot some footage of me at the range, shooting 5 different rounds of budget-friendly 45 ACP here in the foothills of Northern California. So what I wanted to do was test out which one of these budget-friendly brands, common budget-friendly brands, work well in my firearm. Because I don't know about you, where you live, but where I live here in California, you can't buy ammo online and have it shipped to your home. They've made that illegal. So what you have to do is either buy in store or buy online and have it shipped to the store. The mom and pop gun shops, they don't let you buy online and ship them to their stores. They want you to buy what they have in stock, which is understandable. So I can't buy from places like Midway USA, Brownells, Cheaper Than Dirt, and these other places that are very popular online vendors of ammunition across the country. So I'm limited to either going into these mom and pop shops or big box stores and buying what they have in stock, or buying online from the big box stores and having them shipped to my local store and then picking it up once it gets in. But even buying online from them, there's still a limited variety and quantity on hand to order online. So I tested out these 5 budget-friendly brands with my 45 ACP to see which ones I can go into the store and confidently buy regardless of which one they have in stock at the time. And what I used was my Rock Island Armory 1911 GI chambered in 45 ACP. So let's go over the features of this gun, and then we'll take a look at the footage and compare the results. So the overall look is very different than how it looked when I first made the purchase. The first thing I did was replace the wooden grips with these Garrison grips. I found these online, and I found they have emblems of different branches. I served in the Navy, so when I saw these, I just had to pick them up. The trigger, the hammer, the beaver tail safety, the hammer strut, the sear, and the sear spring are all from Wilson Combat, and the slide stop. I just wanted to upgrade. I just wanted to give it some performance parts. There was nothing wrong with this when I first purchased it. It fired accurate right out of the box, up to, I think it was 15 yards at that time. I didn't try anything beyond that. But I just wanted to give it some performance parts and pieces, just to upgrade some of the internal parts and upgrade the overall look. I did not replace anything or upgrade anything in regards to accuracy of the firearm. But one other thing I did replace was the factory mag. The magazine that comes with the Rock Island Armory is an absolute piece of junk. It would feed the first round, then every other round would get stuck in the magazine. I don't know what brand they use. I don't remember what brand it was. But where the primer meets the spine of the magazine, it would get stuck and it would pivot. And you'd have to push down on the projectile in order to free the primer in the back to get it to pop up. It would do that after feeding a single round into the chamber. Every time it would get stuck. I took it apart and tried to fix it several times, several different ways, widening the spine, inverting the spring, lubricating it, dinking around with the follower. It was all futile. So I picked up these mags from Metgar, and they're really cool. They have a laser etching of the Second Amendment. I thought that looked awesome, and it accompanies the overall look of the gun. So I got 2 of these. They work flawlessly with this. And aside from that, everything else is factory from Rock Island. So let's take a look at the range footage and see how this did with our 5 brands of ammo. So first up was Winchester Full Metal Jacket from Sportsman's Warehouse, $31.99 for a box of 50 at the time of this filming. The target stands I picked up on Amazon. I put an affiliate link in the description in case you want to head on over and check them out for yourself. And again, if you make a purchase after having clicked on the link, Amazon will send me a little commission for having sent you their way. So any help that you can provide the channel by purchasing after having clicked on an affiliate link, I certainly appreciate it. Thanks. The target is set 7 yards from the firing line. And as the Winchester rounds hit the target, you'll see the first round hits the bullseye, and then the rounds following all go low and to the left. But the grouping overall is a decent grouping, so I'm happy with this Winchester full metal jacket rounds. Just a little bit about this range. It's a public range. It's on land that's managed by the Bureau of Land Management, otherwise known as BLM. It's free to the public, and there were a lot of people there today. So I decided to put up 3 targets after the ceasefire instead of just one. The top target that we have is the Federal American Eagle. The middle target is Arms Corps, and the bottom target is the CCI Blazer Brass. Next up is Federal American Eagle, also from Sportsman's Warehouse, $29.99 at the time of this video. I was happy with the overall performance of the Federal American Eagle. I decided instead of just loading 5 rounds, I would just load a whole mag. The mag holds 8 rounds. So I expelled 8 rounds, aiming for center mass, bullseye. And again, the group was off to the left. I think that's just me as a shooter. But I'm pretty happy with the overall results of that grouping. And then we got Arms Corps USA. I picked this up from Bass Pro Shops, $24.99 at the time of this video. So Arms Corps started off with the flyer over to the right. Rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 had a really good grouping. And then 7 was me. I pulled the trigger before reacquiring my target fully. And then 8 was just a straight off flyer. But I finished off the Arms Corps box later on, and I was happy with the overall performance. The grouping here I think is decent, aside from the 2 flyers and the one where I didn't reacquire my target. But for a budget ammo, I think Arms Corps works pretty good for target practice. I didn't realize until I got home later that day that I hadn't filmed myself firing the 1911. So I have no footage to show you of my shooting position, the style that I shoot with, but I shoot in the weaver position, and I lock my shoulder back. I'm right-handed, and if you ever watch any Paul Harrell videos and you pay attention to his shooting technique, I shoot in a similar way. He locks his shoulder back. At least it looks like he does. I lock my shoulder back. That's how I keep my arms steady. So the next time I go to the range, I'll make a note to film myself shooting in my normal position. But I did get some footage of me shooting one-handed headshots. So that footage is in here later on in the video. If you want to just skip over there now, just head on over to that chapter. Next up is Blazer Brass by CCI. You can't go wrong with Blazer Brass. CCI Blazer is probably one of the most popular target brands out there. You can't go wrong. I've never had any problems at all with CCI Blazer Brass. And the last one is the CCI Blazer aluminum casings. And just like the CCI Blazer Brass, the aluminum casings just performed excellent. Again, you just can't go wrong with CCI Blazer. It's an excellent, inexpensive, budget-friendly target ammo. I let my son take his crack at headshots before mine, so he was still using the same ammo though, Federal. I stepped up and took my 8 shots, and I think I need to work on my one-handed technique a little bit. One-handed headshots are always fun to shoot. But again, the Federal American Eagle performed well. Arms Corps, I think, performed pretty well with the one-handed headshots. My arm at this point was starting to feel a little fatigued, but I think with that being said, the ammo performed pretty well. So I'm still happy with Arms Corps. In fact, so far, I'm happy with all of them. With the Blazer Brass, almost the same performance as the Arms Corps, with the one-handed headshots. Started out pretty good. But again, my arm was just feeling fatigued. So that spread is mainly on me. It's not the ammo. The ammo performed well. And the last one is the CCI Blazer aluminum casings. And just like the CCI Blazer brass, the aluminum casings just performed excellent. Again, you just can't go wrong with CCI Blazer. And then some footage of my boy shooting his lever action 30-30 Mossberg. Did you hit it? So I was happy with the overall performance of all 5 brands: the Winchester Full Metal Jacket, the Federal American Eagle, the Arms Corps USA, the CCI Blazer Brass, and the CCI Blazer aluminum casings. If I had to pick a clear-cut winner, I think it would be the CCI Blazer aluminum. I was very, very surprised with the performance of that line. I never shot that line out of my Rock Island 1911, but I was very impressed with how it performed. I was very impressed with the center mass pattern and the headshot pattern, the headshot groupings. They were all in the head of the target. It was the only one that I had fired where all 8 rounds of the magazine actually entered into the head, even with my arm fatigue that I was starting to feel. So I was very happy with that one. If I had to pick one that didn't perform as well as all the others, I think it would be the Arms Corps USA, although I do still think that it performed well for itself. I am an Amazon affiliate now, so the links that will take you to Amazon if you make a purchase, I will make a little commission on those for having sent you that way to make the purchase. So any help that you can give, it's just going to help out the channel. It'll help me to provide you with more product reviews, comparisons, and whatnot. So for now, I'll just be reviewing things that I already own, that I purchased on my own with my own money, such as this ammo. I purchased all of it with my own money. I purchased the target stands, the targets with my own money, although the affiliate links for the target stands and for the targets themselves will be in the description. So if you like the stand and you like the target and you want to buy them, if you click on the link, it'll take you directly to the Amazon page where you could purchase those. And you make the purchase, and then Amazon will send me a little like pennies commission for that purchase, for having sent you there. So thanks again for any help. Thanks again for watching. And welcome to First Nature Backland. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out.